Welcome to RJC Tactical. This video is going to deal with first-time gun buyers. We're talking first-time gun buyers. A gun buyer that has not ever held a gun, purchased a gun, owned a gun in their life. There's a lot of decisions out there to make. There's a lot of things that you have to take in consideration for yourself. If you're getting it for personal protection, which we assume you are, because I don't think first-time gun buyers are going to go out and try to hunt. But if you're going for yourself, self-defense, CCW class, I'm a certified instructor. I've taught people, a lot of people. But the thing about it is that when you go to choose a gun, the gun's got to feel right in your hand. It's got to feel right to you. If it's totally a foreign object to you, you have no idea how it works. You don't know how to, if it's a semi-auto, you don't know how to clear a jam. If it's a revolver, you don't know how to operate the cylinder release. It's going to seem like a terrifying object to you. Do your research. Do your research. There's no rush. Do your research. Go out, look at videos on YouTube like this, or go out and look, go out and try some weapons. There's a lot of, shooting ranges that have, you rent a gun and you can tell them your experience, and one of their instructors will go out with you and watch, make sure you're doing it safely, make sure you're not putting yourself in danger or somebody else in danger. Get the experience of what you of firing the firearm. The first bang is going to scare you. I guarantee you. It's not the movies. You're not going to fire 15 shots, in a closed area and still be able to hear a mouse walking upstairs. That's a movie effect. That's not the truth. You fire your first shot inside a close area, you're going to be deaf in a post. But get the feel of the handgun that you like. If it's a semi-auto, that's fine. Do yourself a favor. Don't go super small, because some people get in their idea that that if you go really small, it's more controllable. That's wrong. A lot more recoil. You get a lot more muzzle flip. Your effective range goes down. Controls are smaller. I mean, there's a lot of subcompacts out there, I think they call them. And there's compacts, and then you've got carry. I will go for a concealed carry size. That's smaller than a full size. It's a little bit easier to operate. It's a little bit easier to manipulate all the controls. The mags, are better. I mean, you don't want to be fumbling for your weapon inside. I don't know if you carry a purse or if you're gonna have it on your side or whatever. You don't want to be fumbling for your weapon or trying to clear it from a holster when you need it and it's too small. So you want to be able to make sure it fits right in your hand, it feels good in your hand, and it's easy to point. People forget that all the time. You got to have a natural ability to point. It's got to be able to point. If you can't stick your hand out, and point at it without, moving your hand down or up or sideways, what I'm saying? It's got to be able to point naturally for you. That's the main thing. Revolvers are always good. They're not really fail-safes. They are good. They're good. They're very excellent weapons. They've been around for a long time. Hell, the Wild West had them. Those are single actions. Mostly, your revolvers are single action, double action. That's where you can squeeze the trigger. All right, hammer's forward, squeeze the trigger. Hammer comes all the way back to the back, and then it reaches the point where the sear lets go of the hammer. And then the hammer goes forward and fires the cartridge. That is double action. Single action is where you can cock the hammer back and you just squeeze the trigger and the hammer's already back and it goes forward. There's a little information for you between single action and double action. Some people call it SA and DA. Some are DAO, which is double action only. It means there's no hammer and you're just, squeezing it. Some revolvers are what they call striker fired. It's like a Glock in a way. There's no hammer involved there. It's just, it's a matter of spring pressure and a pin. But the thing about this is that make sure you're really sure about the type of firearm that you like to have. Forget tactical reloads. Forget that totally. I mean, you're not in the witness protection program. You're not going to be going out, doing asset protection. Forget tactical reloads. I don't think you're going to be that important that 10 guys are going to come rushing your house that you're going to have to shoot them. First guy comes rushing your house and you shoot him, the other guys behind him are probably going to think twice. They're armed. They don't know what you got. They just know their partner got shot. So don't worry about magazines and tactical reloads, okay? Worry about a caliber that you can handle. safely. I say that you can pull off 8 shots with safely on target, and you can actually, actually feel comfortable with, okay? The reason why I said 357 Magnum, 38 Special, and a revolver is if you get a revolver, don't go for a 38 Special, okay? Get a 357 Magnum. It's because with a 357 Magnum, okay, you can load 38 Specials in, okay? 38 Specials are lower pressure, and they have a lot less kick to them, okay? The thing about it's this, you can't do it vice versa. You can't load a 357 Magnum cartridge in a 38 Special revolver. It'll blow up. The pressures are too high. So if you're going to look at revolvers, my advice to you is to get a 357 Magnum, okay? And then go ahead and get yourself a, lower cartridges, like the 38 Special to put in there to train with. They're cheaper. And plus, it'll get the job done in the house as far as protection go, or on the street. I mean, they're going to be shooting through windshields, so you're fine. Semi-autos, stay away from 22s. I know a lot of people go, oh, well, 22 is great. To me, that's a danger zone. I think base, what they consider base self-defense, is 380. I would do a 380 if that's what you want to do, but you're not that far from a 9mm. I just up to a 9mm. They're a good cartridge. Their ammunition is plentiful. You can find it everywhere. It's a 9mm Luger or 9x19 that's stamped on the barrel. You can find it anywhere. Then you got 40 Smith & Wesson, okay? That is a cross between like a 45 ACP and a 9mm. It's kind of like the cousin of both, all right? Then you got your 45 ACP, which is the 1911 made famous, the old 1911 45. That's what that is. It's an ACP cartridge. Then you've got your 357 SIG. That's a good cartridge. I'd stay away from like the 44 Magnums and the higher ones, the heavier cartridges, because one, you want to be concerned with follow-up shots if you have to do one, okay? The whole idea of CCW is to stop the threat, okay? That's stopping the threat coming towards you. Pardon me, I got a cold. But anyway, stopping the threat that's coming towards you. That is the main thing, okay? You have to be able to stop the threat. So, with the information I just gave you, okay? Remember, revolver, 357 Magnum. You can always load 38 Specials in. As far as semi-autos go, find yourself a decent semi-auto. You don't have to go like $1,000 to find a decent one. No. You can get I think Jericho. That's a 9mm. It's a Jericho 941. It's very easy to operate. You've got what else? SIG. Excuse me. SIG is a very easy one to operate. Trying to think what else. There's a lot of them out there. I'm trying to think all the ones that are about $500 range. Oh yeah, Rock Island Armory. Turns out a 1911 type, but they call it a 2011 now. It's like a 45, and a chamber 9mm, 10mm, I think 45 ACP. If you like that, I mean, if you feel comfortable with that. Like I said, stay away from the catchwords and the catchphrases. Tactical reloads are great. Don't get me wrong, okay? If you have a jam or a magazine semi-auto fails to load, okay, there's something wrong with the magazine. Tactical reloads are great. But in my experience, I don't think you're going to need a tactical reload. You're not going to have a moment where you run out there and you're shooting 20 bad guys, or 20 bad guys are trying to come in your house. Like I said, it's just a matter of protecting yourself, okay? In later videos, I'll talk more and elaborate more on this about protection and what you need to do. And you'll see me on the range, okay? I'm not one of these guys that sits at home, I'm an armchair warrior. I actually do the work. So you'll see me on the range, the shotgun, the dreaded AR-15, maybe a few other weapons, friends or mines, it doesn't matter. That's the big thing, is that I'm not one of these armchair guys that sits on a couch and say, oh yeah, I know everything. No, that's the truth. I've built guns for myself. I have worked on guns for myself. I consider myself like a metallurgist. I am actually into metals. Okay. I know a lot about metals. I know a lot about knives. Um, I know how to sharpen knives too, really good too, which I might do a video about that in the future. How to sharpen a knife good and what to do to make sure, what actually is a defensive knife and what's just, just a knife. But my main thing is to reach out to the community, because a lot of people come and take my classes, and I've seen them go around some of these other CCW classes where the guy walks in, plays a video, and hey, guess what? You're done. You know absolutely nothing. You might know a few words, but you don't know nothing how that gun operates. You come to one of my classes, you've got a weapon. If you don't know how it operates, you soon will. You'll know how it operates. You'll know how to operate. You'll know how to clear a jam. You'll know how to take care of business, okay, for yourself. Protect yourself, protect your family, etc. Make smart decisions, okay? There's no movie moments here. So, I think that pretty much covers everything I was going to cover in this first video, serious video for my business. I am the owner. I am the operator. I am RJC Tactical. I formed this business because I have a love for firearms. I have a love for metal stuff of metal. I've got a history of that. I taught myself a lot of my stuff. I'm self-taught. So, I don't have a military background. I don't have a law enforcement background. Somebody didn't have to teach me how to shoot. I know how to shoot. So, I back the blue. I think those guys do a hell of a job. I think our military, they're putting their butts on the line every day. I think it's great. Support them 110%. But, same time, they don't know it all. So, as far as that goes, is that I know this video's running a little long for just knowing, but this is really directed at the first time shooter, because I have people come to my class that do not know anything about firearms, or they haven't fired a firearm in 26 years. They have nothing about about hold control, breath control, trigger control, and follow through. They know nothing about that stuff. Like I said, you come take one of my classes and you'll know that. You'll be confident. I hate to think how many people out there right now are carrying weapons that do not have the confidence in their abilities. That could be you. If you don't have the confidence in your abilities, go seek knowledgeable firearm instructor. If you do not have confidence in your abilities, you're within my area, seek me out. I'll train you. Of course, it's going to cost you, but I'll train you. You have to feel confident about your abilities, because that confidence, when it comes down to it, when it comes down to that moment where you have to use that weapon, that confidence is going to show. And you're going to be serious about what you do. You're going to be shaking and all that stuff. You're going to be serious. You're going to know what to do. Because you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your family, especially in these times. You never know what's going on nowadays. But, it's always good to have. Okay? Any questions? And if you want to shoot me an email, I don't have the link set up yet. I haven't gotten that fancy yet, but it's rjctactical2016 at gmail.com. You can shoot me an email. I will respond to your email if you got questions. You can always comment. I would ask you to, was it down there somewhere? I think subscribe, like. I'd appreciate that, because it shows that my channel is actually informative and is actually helping out the people. Just don't look at this video and then bolt, but actually look at the video, and if you learned something from it, give me a thumbs up. If you got another question you want to ask me about, or you're still on the horns of a dilemma, shoot me an email. I will answer that email. Trust me, because I'd rather have you know and feel confident about what you want to purchase or what you're training. And if I can't train you, I know people that can. So, trust me. All you have to do is just reach out. They're like in high school, when you're in high school and college, remember what your teachers used to tell you? There's no such thing as a stupid question. So, anyway, my name's Robert. I own RJC Tactical. Reach out to me if you got a question. Otherwise, I would ask you to like, subscribe, and follow this channel. I love it. I love it to find out how many people really like to have real knowledge about firearms and not all this testosterone stuff. You don't see me wearing testosterone shirts and all this, gun stuff hanging on the wall behind me. I don't live my life that way. I had somebody ask me, say, hey, Rob, what kind of gun do you carry? I said, well, I said, you only see it once. It's the truth. I mean, if somebody, pulls a gun on you or they want to find out what you're carrying, you only see it once. And, I've had people ask, how many weapons do you own, Rob? I said, hey, what's funny is you don't have to worry about it. It's the ones we carry you got to worry about. Don't worry about what we own. So anyway, by the way, I trained my wife, my beautiful, sexy wife. I've trained her, and she's come a long way, and she's doing really good. I'm real proud of her. So anyway, you might meet her in the future thing if she wants to get on here. You know how they are. My wife's very, very doesn't think she's, film worthy. I don't think I'm that photogenic, but I don't care. I'm just passing on information I think that you guys need to know. Anyway, RJC Tackle, Rob at RJC Tackle. I am out for today. I will make another video soon, but show me some love here, guys. Like and subscribe. Come on, man. Thank you.